Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name's Alicia. I hope that you will take the time to subscribe today before you leave. In today's video, I am doing a first impressions tutorial with the Makeup Revolution and Beetlejuice collection. I did pick mine up off of Makeup Revolution's website directly. I will have everything linked down below. I just happened to be browsing their site and I looked at all of their collabs, and a lot of their older collabs they still had products available from, so I kind of browsed through all the different collabs and picked up things that I thought were cute and that I was interested in. I think in general, Makeup Revolution does a tremendous job with their collaborations. They have done one with Game of Thrones, they've done one with Shrek, Clueless, The Grinch, Coraline, Corpse Bride, Simpsons, to name a few of their recent ones. So I highly recommend checking it out. Now, the things that I picked up today, I have the Beetlejuice eyeshadow palette. I also have the handbook for the recently deceased highlighter palette. I got a brush set with 5 different brushes, and I did use these in the tutorial today. And then I also could not get this back in the packaging because it is like double the size as it was, but this is a makeup sponge from Makeup Revolution. I had never tried one of their sponges before. I do use it in this video in case you're interested in seeing how it performs. Now we're going to do swatches, we're going to do a tutorial, pricing, all of that. So let's go ahead and get started. I do want to go ahead and insert some swatches for you guys really quickly before we get into the look. All right, so starting with the first row. Wow, those swatched really well. This honestly looks like it could be like a highlighter. So I feel like this is kind of a hard collection of colors to get right. And I think all of these swatched amazing. There's not a dud in the bunch. Holy hell, let's get into this look. I am so excited to try this collection. I love Beetlejuice. Again, I love things like all like horror, kind of spooky. So this is right up my alley and I cannot wait to dive in with you guys. Now, the first thing we're gonna do obviously is start with the eyes. So I did pick up the brush set that came in this collection. Now, I have a ton of brushes, so it's not typical for me to buy brushes that often, but I absolutely love this color combination. If you have been around my channel, you know that I am a huge fan of purples and greens, and that is exactly what this brush set is giving. It is also a lot of smaller little detail brushes, so let's go ahead and go into these. Now, this set is very affordable. It normally is only $12, but actually this whole collection, the Beetlejuice collection, is on sale right now on Makeup Revolution's website. I will have it linked down below. But this is on sale right now for $9.60 and you're getting 5 different brushes. All right, so 1 out of the 5 I probably will not use that often. I definitely probably will not use today. This one is for more like liquid liner. It is a very, very detailed brush. As you can tell, the point on here. So it's kind of stiff-ish and it's just very detailed and pointed. You could do just tiny little detail work with this as well, but like I said, this is one that I probably will not use all that often. Now let's go into the ones that I definitely would. So you are getting a little blender brush here. You are getting a larger kind of shader brush, but it is thicker, so you could do some crease work with this as well and blending, just because it is a thicker brush. Then you have a little pencil brush here that you could use, you know, under the lower lash line. And then you have a liner brush as well. Now, I have used these in the past for like doing my brows. You could clean up under your brows if you use, you know, a pencil or anything like that and you want to really sharpen and chisel those brows out. You could also obviously use this for liner. It's going to be a thicker liner as opposed to using this tiny little detailed brush here, which that is kind of what I prefer. I prefer a more natural looking liner. But yeah, so these will be the brushes that I'm going to be using today. Now, just speaking on how they feel, these are very, very lightweight. Obviously they're not going to be the highest quality brushes, but they are very cute. You know, on these it says Beetlejuice X Revolution. Feel pretty lightweight, but it does feel even in your hand. It doesn't feel like any side of the brush weighs more than the other. It's very like universal. So that actually works out well, you know, in use with these brushes. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the eyes, and I'm gonna go into my MAC Painterly Paint Pot that I always use. You guys know this, and I'm gonna go in with that like shader brush because that is exactly the type of brush I use to apply this. And this is just such a good base. On Ulta's website right now, they have got all of MAC stuff on sale for 30% off. Well, I lied, not all. Like the holiday collections are not 30% off, but they do have like everything that is like permanent in their line for 30% off right now. And these are in there. I was thinking about picking up another one, but I did purchase an order on MAC's website. MAC actually is already having like their Black Friday sale. So if you spend over, I think it's $100, you get $30 off. That is what I did. And I picked up the Black Panther collection I'm going to be reviewing for you guys. But yeah, I thought that was a really good deal. And anyway, I got a free full-size paint pot with my points. So they actually have pretty decent rewards for your points on MAC's website right now. So we are prepped, we're primed, we're ready to go. Next thing I want to go into is this super cute palette right here. It looks like Beetlejuice's suit. So adorable. And then wait until you see the inside of this. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about the pricing. This palette is normally $15, which is still not a bad price at all. And it is on sale right now for $12. Now, some of these shades in here are going to be pressed pigments. So, you know, you just have to use your discretion. It's not an eyeshadow palette. This is just a pressed pigment palette is what they call it. But here is the packaging here. So cute. And then you open it up. It says Ghost with the Most, and then it's got Beetlejuice over here. And as you can tell, the pans are actually little beetles. How freaking adorable is that? Now, today we're going to be doing something a little bit wild. As you can tell, you can do, you know, kind of like cooler tone looks. You can do green looks that are monochromatic, purple monochromatic, pink monochromatic. You can do some more kind of like neutrally, just like I said, cool tone neutrally type of looks as well. But I wanted to use pinks, purples, and greens. So that is what we're going to do. I have no idea how this is going to end up looking, but we are just going to go ahead and get into it. I do want to just point out the shades that are pressed pigments really quickly. These two are considered pigments. This one and this one, these two purples on the second row, this charcoal black looking color and this purple on the third row, and these two shades right here on the fourth row. So I just wanted to point that out just in case you guys wanted to know. It doesn't matter to me, but in case, you know, basically what that means is it could cause staining on your eye. I have had staining with palettes before, and that staining would last like a day or two and then it would be gone. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get into this palette, and I think the first shade I want to go into is this one right here, which is Deo. So this one is like a light pink. It does have sparkles in there, but I don't think that that's gonna show up on our eye. Kind of like the ColourPop matte with shimmers in there. That is kind of what I feel like this is going to be. And I actually am gonna go in with the big like shader brush. And I'm gonna go right into here. As you can tell, there is a little bit of kick up with this palette. I'm just gonna dust off the excess. And as usual, guys, I'm gonna do one eye on camera with you, the other off, just to save some time, because I do feel like this is going to be a long video. Anytime we're doing like a full collection, you know, type video, they do tend to get a little bit lengthy. That actually has pretty dang good pigment. For it being such a light pink, I wasn't expecting that, honestly. Very smooth, blends out very nicely. I am impressed with this color. I do see the tiniest bit of sparkles on my eye, but honestly, it is not really noticeable at all. Okay. All right, next up, I'm gonna go in with the more like little detailed blending brush here. And I want to use a purple, but I want it to be a darker purple. So I'm gonna go into this one. It's called 3 Times. This one is more of like a satiny, kind of shimmery metallic type of a shade. Let's see. Yeah, it definitely has a sheen to it for sure. But I'm gonna go in on the outer corner and into the crease with this shade. All right, so I'm gonna start just stamping this right on the outer corner. And I'm not gonna be too careful because that's the point of doing your eyes first, so that you don't have to be. If there's any fallout or anything down below here, we will just wipe it away. All right, so on these edges over here, I am gonna go ahead and just start blending this towards the inner part of my eye and just kind of dissipating some of that purple, basically just fading it out. So that way, when I put the green on top, it will fade very nicely into that. Again, these are blending so nice. This is better than I remember Makeup Revolution's formula being. So I'm just building up a little bit more of that color right on the outer part. And I am, like I said, gonna blend a little bit of this into the crease as well. I think I would like that purple shade literally just all over the lid, blown out into the crease, and I think that would be such a pretty smoky eye, and then just pop something really bright on the inner corner. I think that would be beautiful. All right, now for the lid, I want to use this like minty green shade right here. Ever since I saw this, I knew the first look I did, I was going to be using this. This one is called Gilliard. And with the shimmer, I'm going to use my finger to apply this because I think that you get the most impact when you use your finger with shimmers. And I'm just gonna kind of press and pull very lightly. That is a very, very pretty shade. Even just doing a look with these 2 shades and maybe putting a little bit of smoky liner on, I think that would be a beautiful look. I really love this color story that they did in this palette in particular. So, so pretty. So once I get that pretty much like halfway on my lid, I'm gonna go back in with this little blending brush we used, no additional product, and between these 2 shades, I'm just gonna kind of go back and forth. Just again, trying to create a nice little gradient effect. And then I'm gonna go back in with this purple shade here. And again, I'm just gonna put that on this very outer corner just to kind of intensify that again. And I am gonna bring it back into the crease. Because I do want that to show through. All right, going back in with our first brush that we used, that big like shader type of a brush. I'm gonna go back into this pink, dust it off, and right where that purple line is, I'm just gonna kind of put a little bit of this pink over it. just to kind of soften and again blend. All right, and then with nothing additional on the brush, up here like towards my brow where it's kind of bare, where that pink ends, I'm just gonna kind of blend and buff this in. All right, that is it. I think that these colors blended so easily together. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the other eye, and then we'll be back for the next product. All right, so I have both of my eyes done now. Now the next thing we're gonna go into is another tool. Actually, this is a sponge. I've never tried a sponge from Makeup Revolution, so we'll see how this goes, but I thought it was so cute. I loved the color of it, bright green, and then it says Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice on it. This is normally $5, and it was on sale for $4 whenever I got it. Also, I mean, I just love this packaging. I think they do collabs so well. It even has little beetles on the top of here. So cute. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and wet this and then I'll be right back. All right, so I don't know how well this sponge is gonna perform. I went and wetted, wrung most of the water out of this so it's almost like completely dry. It did get substantially bigger, but it does just still feel kind of dense. Like it's not a very springy type of sponge, you know, like the Beauty Blender, how it's just like very pliable. This one, it just feels more like a memory foam. All right, since we were using Makeup Revolution, I figured I would use this foundation from them. This is the Conceal and Hydrate. I have mine in the shade F4. I do feel like this one is a little bit too pink for me, but I love the packaging. It does have a pump. It's got a really nice formula as well. And I mean, it's a decent shade match. I think when I picked this foundation up, it was only like $6. So it's kind of hard to complain, you know? I have used this several times in the past. It wears extremely, extremely well. I have one more foundation from them that I need to try. It's the In Real Life filter or something like that foundation. All right, and I'm just gonna go in with our sponge and blend this out. I do like the size of this sponge though, and actually it's applying pretty dang well. It's not like soaking up the foundation. I feel like it's really just spreading it and applying it how I would like. Wow. Okay, okay. Look at that. $6. I do think I looked online and I do think this is $12 right now, but still. For a foundation that is going to last you months, that is not a bad price in my opinion. And again, if you get any of this stuff from Ulta, then you can use coupons on it. Now the Beetlejuice stuff is not on Ulta's website anymore. You have to purchase that directly from Makeup Revolution's website, but I highly recommend because they have so many different collaborations out there. And that's the thing. I feel like Makeup Revolution does these really cool collabs. However, like for stores like Ulta, you know, Target, they send a limited quantity and then they never restock them. So it's like if you miss it there, then you just miss it. And, you know, some of these, when I was browsing their website, I didn't even know they had come out with these collections. They had Game of Thrones, Shrek, Clueless, Beetlejuice, Coraline, Corpse Bride, and Simpsons. Of course, some of those I have tried, like the Corpse Bride. I actually did a video with that whole collection. I will have that link down below in case you're interested. But basically what I'm saying is that those little limited collections that they come out with, you can still get all of those, you know, what hasn't sold out, obviously, on their website. They are still there. They are still posted. And I did pick up some stuff from the Clueless collection too. I will have that video coming, but that is a super cute collection. All right, I just keep blending for no reason other than this feels good. I surprisingly like this sponge. I didn't think that I would, but it's nice. It's really nice. I was expecting it to soak up that foundation and not, you know, me have to apply more than I normally do, and it did not do that. It just smoothed and blended everything out super quickly, again, because of the size of it. I'm gonna go ahead, catch up the rest of my makeup really quickly, and then we'll be back for the final item that I picked up from the Beetlejuice collection. Before we move on to the next product, let's go ahead and finish up the lower lash line. All right, so for this, I'm gonna go into that pencil brush, and I'm gonna go into Deo, which was that pink shade that we used. I am gonna tap that off, and I'm gonna put this all under the lower lash line. Now, I will say this brush is a little bit stiff, so it kind of makes the blending back and forth a little bit hard. This would be more for just like precise placement, I think, as opposed to kind of like blending things out. So I'm gonna try to just move in one direction now and just place product down, essentially. All right, so now that we have a thick pink layer, I'm gonna go ahead and go into this little liner brush, and you could probably guess I'm gonna go into this one right here 3 times, which was that purple we used. I love this purple. All right, and with this, I'm gonna get this under my lashes and as close to the lash line as I can. And I'm just gonna kind of run this along the lash line. Now, I don't want to bring it more than like halfway in, just because I don't really want to close off my eye. I want to keep the concentration of the darkness towards the tail. I feel like it just lifts the eye. All right, so I have not gone back in with any product. I've just kind of been blending out what I put there. All right, now I'm gonna go back in with this little pencil brush, and I'm gonna go into that green shade that we were using. I am gonna run this right on that very inner third. That is gonna be it on the eyes for real now. I'm gonna go ahead, finish up the other eye, put on my mascara, and then I'll be right back. So the eyes are complete. Now we're gonna go into the final product, which is a highlighter palette. Now, this one is the cutest packaging. It is the handbook for the recently deceased highlighter palette. So cute. This normally retails for $8, but it was on sale for $6.40. You're getting 3 different highlighters in here. And look at this. It is like a little cardboard packaging, but look, it's like the little book from the movie. And it says, go ahead, make my millennium. And then here are your highlighter shades. Now for me, really the only 2 I could probably use as a highlighter are these 2. This one like in the summertime, but I think this would be a beautiful eyeshadow. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna give you guys some swatches really quick. Look at that. Those swatched amazing. I've had a lot of good luck with highlighters from Makeup Revolution, so I am super excited about this. I'm going to go in with a little tapered highlighting brush, and I'm going to go into this pinky champagne shade here. Ooh, lots of fallout, lots of fallout. So I'm going to dust that off. And look at that. Ooh, that is intense. It does look kind of wet though. Those are like my favorite highlighters, the ones that look wet. All right, so I'm just putting this all the places I typically would. All right, I think I'm going to use this on the eyes as well. I'm going to go into a tiny little pencil brush, and I'm going to go into this pink shade. And I want to pop that. Oh yeah. Look how much that brightened up the eye. I'm going to pop that right on the inner corner. All right, I'm going to finish up my makeup and then we'll be back for the final thoughts. All right, guys, so this is the completed makeup look. Honestly, I didn't know how this eye look was going to come out with pinks, purples, and greens, especially because Makeup Revolution eyeshadow palettes in particular are very hit or miss for me. I was so happy with how this one performed. I really, really like the way that the eyeshadow look came out. You guys will have to let me know what you think, but I think out of everything I picked up, this is definitely like the must, followed by the highlighter palette as well. I think both of these are so cute and so just like in theme with Beetlejuice. I think they are super duper adorable. And both of these together can be purchased for $18.50, which I think is insane. I would pay more than $18.50 just for this palette. All right, next up, I really liked the sponge as well. Again, when I first took it out and I felt that it was so dense, I really didn't think that I was going to be a fan of this one. However, it applied everything so nicely, did not soak up a ton of product. I love the color, and I don't have anything else like it in my collection. So for $4, I think, again, that is a steal. And then last up, I do like these brushes. Don't get me wrong. I do like these brushes. These two I thought performed amazingly well. This one, like I said, I think this could be kind of used more for like placement of really intricate eye looks with like dark shades. I think that's where this one would shine. Like I said, the bristles are a little bit too stiff to kind of blend back and forth. So this really is for like laying down product. But I did like this brush as well. This one, I don't think I'm going to get any use out of, to be honest with you. And then this one was nice. $10 for 4 brushes. I still don't think that that is a bad price. And I do like the packaging on these. But out of everything, this was like the thing I was least excited or blown away by. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think Makeup Revolution eyeshadow formula is definitely changing and improving, and I am interested to try more from them. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and it was fun for you. If it was, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye.